Good morning to students. The next topic is program evaluation review technique under unit number 4, lesson number 6. Let us go to know the program evaluation review technique, simply called as PERT. It is one of the technique in network analysis. It can be used to estimate the accurate time for each and every task. The main aim of PERT is the total project work has broken down into various tasks. That means various milestones. Each and every milestone provide a specific and accurate time to completion from starting and ending. The commencement of a project which can be started on the basis of how many tasks are involved to completion of the project. Accordingly, PERT can be involved to broken down total project into various tasks or milestones. This is the primary aim of program evaluation review technique. That is, it refers to a technique that is used to estimate the accurate time it would take to complete a given activity. Prior to the commencement of any project, the team has an idea of how long it would take to execute to get the project completed, and so can factor that in when deciding on a budget for the project. It predicts project completion times, putting into consideration of risk and uncertainty. It is event-oriented approach. It is concerned with estimating the time for different stages. That is, it predicts the project completion period. For example, how much total period has taken over by the project. Example, it will take 1 month or 45 days, etc., which can be decided with the help of the PERT. It can also estimate or determine risk and uncertainty while executing the project. Additionally, it can estimate the time in different stages, that means different milestones or tasks. Next area is PERT chart. It is also like a network diagram which can be used to know the total tasks in project completion period. How many parts are involved to completion of each project. That means the total activities are framed with the help of the project chart. That is, it is a project management tool that provides a graphical representation of a project timeline. The program evaluation review technique breaks down the individual tasks as a project for analysis. PERT charts are considered preferable to Gantt charts because they identify task dependencies, but they are often more difficult to interpret. PERT charts are useful. The total project has divided into certain parts with a graphical representation and then frame the timeline for completion of each and every task. Here, Gantt tasks are very much famous to analyze the time and task relationship under PERT charts. This is a chart which can be used as an example. This is a total project work completion up to 50. Now here 10 to 20, how many period is there? Time is 3 weeks. Time is here 4 weeks. Time is here 1 week, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, etc. That means the total project work has broken down into various milestones. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 milestones. This is the matter of program evaluation review techniques and determine the timeline like this. Time is 1 week, time is 3 weeks, etc. and etc. Let us go to know importance, role, advantages, purpose of PET. PET is having its own role in project execution. Why? Because the time estimation is the primary matter of the PET technique. That means each activity, how much time to be taken into consideration. This can be ascertained by the PET. Let us go to see one after another. The first one is enable to create milestones. That means the total project work has divided into various smaller parts. This is the fundamental and basic role of PET. Each milestone is having its own length in terms of time. This can be framed with a systematic manner on the basis of the time analysis. That means there are three types of time analysis as taken over by the PET. That is optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. On the basis of three components, the various milestones has fixed by the PET. That is, PET chart enables you to create milestones. Milestones means various parts for each project. During the time between each milestone, you can use the chart to identify any possible outcomes or obstacles that your project may face. This means you can quickly address them or prepare them to help your project stay on track. That means here, in addition to create the milestones, the PET can also provide identify the obstacles or constraints while executing the project work. This is also the another objective of PET. The second importance is easy to project analysis. Whenever we are using the PET technique, it is easy to analyze the progress of project and as well as the execution of the project. How many persons are involved, how many tasks are involved, what are the resources, what is the implementation of resources, what is the timeline, what is the breakdown of the time. These all are easily analyzed by the PET technique. That is, project leader, a member of the team, or anyone who needs to know can quickly refer to the chart to see where your project is, how it come along, and what stage the project is currently at. This means managing the project is so much easier. This is perfect, especially when it comes to resource allocation and budget. That is, the total project work has quickly referred by seeing of a PET chart. How long the project was executed? What are the stages currently progressing? What is the progress in overall project performance? These are all analyzed by the PET technique. Additionally, project analysis is the process of examining the aspects of a project in detail. This is mainly to see to it that the project runs as expected and is also when the predefined budget. Project analysis plays an important role in the design, execution, feasibility and evaluation of projects. That means here PET can also very much useful to design the project, execution of the project, feasibility of the project, evaluation of the project, performance, understanding of the project, outcome of the project. These all are discussed by the PET. The next advantage is planning for large projects. PET is very much useful, particularly large period projects, such as a project is having more than 3 years, 4 years, 6 years. Then the PET is having a more importance, provide a better importance for a better execution of the project. That is, the scheduling of project activities is done easily with the help of PET system by the project manager. This technique is more active in large sophisticated project works in way of what is the time required to perform the event, what comes after the event, what is coming before the event. That means basically PERT is event oriented, that means task oriented. Immediately it can be completely concentrated on what comes of the one event, before and after. This is a central matter of the PERT. That means PERT can also scheduling of the each and every project activities. Why? Because it is a connection between the two tasks consisting of a time-based analysis. The next significance is visibility of critical path. Whenever we are drawing the network diagram with the help of the various tasks or milestones, then the time can be fixed according to the seasonal and time component basis. That means optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. It is very much useful to show the critical path, well defined. Critical path means the largest duration of a path is called critical path. The critical path is the path in which activities cannot be delayed under any circumstances. Delay is, it is a uncertainty. We are not able to avoid. It is only happened in one activity, in one case. PERT can try to minimize the delays. A proper knowledge about the stock values which limited conditions of the dependencies will help the project manager to bring fast and quality decisions that will favor the project performance. That means PERT can also concentrate on the quality of the output, quality of the task, rendering of the task. That means any loopholes are there, weaknesses is there, PERT can also involve to remove and regulate the weaknesses. The next advantage is analysis of activity. Activity means it is a time duration, which is a part of critical path method. But the activities can also made by the PERT. That means how many activities are involved here in a one project, which can be determined by the PERT. That is, the timeline of each and every activity can be determined with the help of the time-based components. Already I said optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time, where I am repeatedly using these three time components. Why? Because PERT is always based in these three time components. That is, the activity and the events are analyzed from the PERT networks. These are analyzed independently as well as in combination. This will give a picture about the likely completion of the project and the budget. That means here the total network diagram can be analyzed with reference to tasks and time. Activity analysis, the process used by the occupational therapists to determine the social, symbolic, physical, cognitive and developmental characteristics of a task and activity, where the process can be implemented by the PERT to analyze the activity nature. For this, determined with a social, symbolical, physical, cognitive and developmental, environmental and cultural, all are analyzed by the PERT technique. Typical characteristics of interest include safety, cost, gradability, required space, tools or suppliers, complexity, and social and cultural significance or meaning. That means the PERT can also refers to make a appropriate time to a one task. It is a better reference. A typical character can also take into consideration. That is safety. At what extent safety is there in the project? Cost. How much expenditure is there? Gradability. That means grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 works, outcomes. Required space. That means how much space to be required to maintain the each and every task or a total project. Tools or suppliers. How many tools, techniques or designing missions are required. Complexity, risk, social, cultural significance while performing the project. These all are analyzed by the PERT. The next significance is coordination of project activities. That means the total network diagram is not independent. It is not isolated. It is a combination of various activities. Each activity is connected with other activity. Each activity is going parallel with other activity. That is the condition of network diagram. On the basis of this reason, PERT is completely executed these two conditions while making a total task and while making a milestones in the total execution. That is, the construction organization will deliver the data for the PERT activities. A good integration is developed between all the departments, which will help in improving the planning and the decision making capabilities of the project team. To improving the coordination of the project activities, that means here if it is a big project, there are various departments are involved. Here there is a need of coordination between the departments and also between the activities of the departments. Additionally, project coordinators help the project teams manage resources and information and assist with the scheduling and the planning meetings and project activities. The project coordinator role may include additional duties and responsibilities and require expertise in a specific area, such as IT and human resources. That means project coordinators are having a dominated role. Why? Because planning, meetings, project execution, project development programs, project identification committees, these are all maintained by the project manager. Why? Because it is a teamwork. All persons must be having cooperation and coordination. This can be executed by PERT. The next significance is what if analysis. That means it is a positional tool which can be used where the project is going, at what extent the project was completed, what the rate of completion, what the rate of progress, what the rate of progression. This can also analyze by the technique of what if analysis. That is, the possibilities and the various levels of uncertainties can be studied from the project activities by properly analyzing the critical path. This type of analysis is called as what if analysis. For this various set of permutations and combinations conducted. Yes, here the project management can also using the mathematics, permutations and combinations, and also probability can also taken in this consideration. Among them, the most suitable combination is taken into consideration to establishment of a better relation and maintaining of a same percentage of probability in the next projects. Next importance is forecasting the impact of schedule changes. Whenever we have fixed the schedule, that means the timeline, there is a need to forecast maybe a other project or maybe a next execution, or sometimes if any practical problems are there, it will be goes to reschedule, making a forecasting. This is also a matter of the PERT. Why? Because it is concentrated on task represented by timeline. That is, it provides the management tool for forecasting impact of schedule changes. If any schedule has changes due to economic and non-economic reasons, what is the impact? What is the real output against the changes? This can also ascertained or estimated by the PERT and be prepared to correct such situations. The trouble spots are located early though, so has to apply some corrective actions. That means early signals can also identified by the PERT technique. Why? Because where it are using of a Gantt chart. Additionally, this helps you to realistic time your project to create a most real to life schedule. That means accurate time without any approximation can also created by the PERT, which is very much useful. Real to life schedule, that means life means project life. By putting all your information into a PET chart, you can easily visualize your project, allowing you to distribute each task effectively to the right department, therefore giving you full control over how your project will turn out. That means here a new information can also allowed or available, that is allowing a distribute of each risk. Where a risk is there, the total risk has distributed among the various departments: technical department, designing department, program department. Apart from all the department, the total risk and task is effectively distributed. The next significance is the task relationship are graphically represented. That means task relationship. Task means one work consisting of a starting and ending. That means milestone. The milestone relation can also graphically represented. Is a network diagram. For example, one task is having some duration, 10 days. Another task is having 12 days. Another task is having 9 days. Here, interrelationship is making by the PET. This is also one of the significance which is graphically represented. Help us usually analyze. That means easily identify the progress and the length of the task. That is, a lot of data can be presented in a highly ordered fashion. Fashion in the sense nowadays we are using computerized designing of a network diagram. The task relationship are graphically represented for easier evaluation, and individuals in different locations can easily determine their role in the total task requirements. That means a PET chart graphical representation can be used in many different ways. The most effective method is the fact that the PET chart will map an entire project from start to finish. That means it will be goes to available easily to look at the position, to look at the total progress of the project. Let us go to see one example. Here the appeared activity 1-4, 1-3, 1-2, 4-5, 3-5, 3-6, 5-6, 2-6. It is a activity level. Optimistic time 3, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2, 6, 4. Most likely time 9, 6, 12, 4, 9, 5, 12, 19. Pessimistic time 27, 15, 30, 7, 27, 8, 30, 28. Optimistic time means all events or project environment is favorable. No problems. Most likely means may be happened or may not be happened. 50 to 50% chance for possibilities. Pessimistic means there is no favorability, total or unfavorable. There is no good environment in the project. These are the three time components are based or particularly PET technique. Let us go to construct the network and estimate the times. Let us go to see the solution. This is a chart. According to the given information, 1-2 time is 14, 1-4 time is 13, 1-3 time is 7. Like that, I draw the network diagram. Already we know how to draw the network diagram. Now we will go to estimate the time. Time estimation. Time means expected time estimation. This is a chart. I have taken total 6 columns. First of all, activity, optimistic time denoted by TO, most likely time denoted by TM, pessimistic time denoted by TP. Now, expected time. That means how much time is put on the activity. That means here 1-2, 14. This value determined with the help of this formula. Yes, I have taken the activity here, optimistic time here, most likely time here, pessimistic time here. Now expected time denoted by TE, TO plus 4TM plus TP by 6. This is a formula. That means here TO 3 plus 4 TM 9 plus 27 by 6. Output is 11. Like this. All was calculated. This value is put in here. Put in here. For example, 1-4. 1-4, how much is there? 11. 11 obtained with the help of this formula. Most important, this formula. Next, expected time variance. That is, symbol is sigma square. Formula is TP minus TO by 6 whole square. That means TP how much? For here, TP 27 minus TO 3 by 6. 24 by 6 whole square is 16. Like that, all are calculated. Both are very much important for execution of the project probabilities. Thank you.